All right, we're beginning. This is Dr. Sean. Hi guys. This is I'm starting a little bit early. It's 3 minutes early, but I'm just going to keep on running through. This is recorded for your viewing pleasure later, I guess. I'm here on Zoom with you guys, and it's December 24th, 2021. It's Christmas Eve, if you're into that kind of jazz. If it's not, it's just another day, but you know, still kind of cool. You need to relax. Now, for you guys who are in the terminology class, this is going to be the 105.15 class, I believe. We're looking at, you know, you're still working for school stuff. You know, that's okay. It's a good thing. I'm eating some nuts here, enjoying my coffee, logging into Canvas on my other computer, so I'll be looking this direction a couple times if we need to. OAHP 105.15. That is the class that we're taking here, and this is medical terminology. Now, medical terminology, some of you guys are saying like, you know, wait, why would I have to get, how is this related to dentistry? How is it related to nursing? How is it related to being a CNA, an RN, or a pediatrician, or whatever the heck you're doing? It's a base, this is a base class. This is one of the best things that you can do is to get through this class because it's 6 weeks long, really fast. This is the end of the first week already, so we're 20, almost 20% through it already. And in the process of learning terminology, it's like learning a new language. Now, I have other videos, obviously, that hopefully you've seen, or at least you looked into a little bit. And those are going to be on YouTube on the Natural BodyWorks. That's my office, and that's where I just put everything. It's just easier for me than having a whole new channel, which is like medical terminology or something like that. Because I do follow your guys' book, and I follow the specifics of the things that we have to do in the class, so the modules, right? So the first place you should be going every time you log in is go check the announcements and then check the modules, because the modules are going to have everything that you need in here. Setting up all this kind of stuff, vital source bookshelf tutorial. So it should be the first one in there, okay, in modules. And when you open that up, that should show you how to get the book. And I know about 3 or 4 of you have had problems getting access to the book. And some people are saying, well, just you got to buy it. When I'm saying buy the book, I'm saying buy the like anatomy book and the physiology book, because those are good references for later. Terminology, kind of okay. It'd be better for you to actually buy a, which I do not have here. And I don't know why I don't have my copy of a medical dictionary. Now you can get like a Taber's medical dictionary or a Merck medical dictionary. They're really good. They're thick, a lot of stuff in them. Get an old version. Not much has changed since then. You're still going to find things like coronavirus in there. Actually, you won't find the options for it or the other versions of the coronavirus, which are causing people so much trouble. But it should be something that you're able to get better review of what's going on. Now, remember, in terminology, this class is mostly going to be Latin based. So if you have a Latin based language that you learn, like French or Spanish, you're going to have a little bit easier time if you know those are bilingual. If you're not, it's okay, because you're already set up. If you're anyway bilingual, you're going to, or more than that, you're going to have an easy time with this, because you're going to be able to see the different parts of the words and how they're put together and things like that. Other parts are Greek words, because a lot of stuff, the education-wise, was done in Greek early on in the 1800s, 1700s, stuff like that. Those were considered kind of the educated languages, as you were. The church is really what got the Latin to be stable in that one. But not a lot of people speak Latin. Okay, and the other ones are going to be people's names, and then some other more common terms, which we see. Now, terms are changing all the time, because we're trying to get more common terms for those, and we're trying to get terms that are more descriptive and less weird, okay, because we don't want to have all these weird words that don't make sense to anybody, okay? But hopefully, we're going to go through. So I'm going to go through today. Let's look at the discussion real quick. I'm going to go through everything that we have. Where's my modules? Let's go back to modules. And I'm just looking here on my computer. I wish I could put it on here. I don't have it. I probably could. I have to use OBS or something like that, but I'm not going to worry about that right yet, because I've used that on other forms. Look at the YouTube videos. On the YouTube videos, guys, I have done walkthroughs of most of the assignments, not all the whole thing. I don't want to give you guys all the answers, but I want to give you guys kind of an idea of what's going on with them. That'll help you. Let's see, getting started, course dedicated, week 1 overview, reading, OHP table of contents. Alicia gives you that week 1 lecture. I've done that one online. That's a YouTube thing. Look it up. Instructor live session. That's really kind of what this is right here. Let's see what it says about those actually. Okay, you have the PowerPoint. You can go through that, but I've gone through that already for you. Okay, there's a video up there. I think I've already sent you out a little thing on that. Discussion of medical terminology. What name do you like to be called? What exposure have you had with medical terminology? What do you look forward to learning to in this class, and how is class relevant to the professional future? So, obviously an easy question. Easy to get full points, okay, on this one. You're not answering a technical question, but you do have to respond to 2 other people. And that's just 2 others. And the first one, I'm pretty lenient because I don't really care. I just want to see like you guys interacting. And it shows that you're able to manipulate and to move around and to navigate this whole crazy system. Now, if you look on here, I have what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, like 20, I don't even know what that is. Like 20 little tabs on the left side of my screen. So it has a little like flame logo and then my account and then dashboard courses, yada, yada, yada. And then it has like 20 little tabs on there, and we have to go through those and get familiar with those. That's an important thing to do. If you can't, let me know and I'll help you out. Now we have those people, like I said, that couldn't get the book. I've notified the dean and I've notified online support for that. So you should be getting at least some messages. Please go ahead and get your online supervisor or online coordinator or whoever it is you guys talk to set your stuff up. Contact them and tell them I don't have the book or I need the access to the book because it would help. Okay, not super essential because you can get all this information elsewhere. I do put some information in there. Some of you guys did some really freaking great discussion stuff, really detailed. I love it. History about you guys. Some of you guys have some really cool experiences, and I'm pretty humbled because, man, some of you, this is going to be a really easy class for a lot of you. Okay, if you've never had exposure to it, it might be a little bit challenging. The 2 things that are going to challenge you the most are going to be getting used to Canvas and turning things in and getting them to populate properly. And we're going to talk a little bit about that. And the second thing is just never having exposure to terminology. If you've never had exposure to terminology, this is just a good base class. Listen to as much stuff as you can. When you're listening to your television shows that you listen to, like your I don't know, emergency shows or something like that, or true crime, listen for the words that you'll start to understand more of, and you'll be able to start explaining those to other people. So you're going to come up with words that most people don't come in contact with, like say ascites or dependent lividity or perhaps Crohn's disease. You have all these weird words, or someone's going to say, what about a PET scan? What's a PET scan do? What's an MRI do? What's the contrast? All those kind of things. So you'll be able to understand those and explain to those. And that's the idea of medical terminology is, so one, when you're doing your documentation, you're able to recognize words without having to look them up all the time. Because you will have your phone with you probably, but you're not supposed to be just sitting and looking things up. You need to have it in here. That way you work much faster and much more efficiently. And then people will ask you things like, what do I do about this or that? Okay, so those are kind of like what terminology does for you. It really changed me. I mean, when I first started taking, that's why I like teaching it. It's fun. Let's see, go to case studies lab 1. Now, if we look at lab, it says due Sunday night by 11:59 p.m. Pacific time. You guys are probably not in Pacific time, which is on the West Coast, okay, or the left coast. That's going to be Washington State, Oregon, California, Nevada, Montana. I think Montana's in that. Idaho, probably New Mexico. I think, I can't remember. And then you have Mountain Time, which is where I'm at. Okay, and then the next one over is Central Time. That's gonna be like Missouri and gosh, I think Texas and stuff like that. And then you have the East Coast, which is probably all y'all. And then you're gonna have things like North Carolina, South Carolina, Washington D.C., Maryland, Delaware, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Florida. Okay, stuff like that. So you got to be careful on your timing on those. I'm not going to go crazy if you're that just a little bit late. It's not a big deal. If it's a day or two late, you start getting points taken off, and that's kind of an automatic thing. Okay, it just happens. So let's go ahead and do those and just get stuff in as soon as you can. Everything should already be open. You can access most of the stuff already. If you're taking a quiz, those usually have more than one attempt, and it takes the highest score. Better for you. Keep a piece of paper on the table, and take your quiz and write some stuff out. It's going to get from here to here, and it's going to be better for you, okay? And if you don't use it, fine. It's just throw it away. But if you have to take it again, you might have some good notes for yourself, right? That'll help you with those kind of things. So let's look at this case study. It even has the generic assignment rubric. The rubric is what I follow to give you the points. I don't give you the points. I evaluate and I say, okay, completed 80% of the questions and assignment tasks accurately, reviewed incorrect responses. That's how you give scores, okay? We're a little bit lenient on those. It's pretty easy. This isn't rocket surgery for you guys or for me, thankfully. Let's look at the case study itself. So AHP 105-WK1 or underscore WK1 underscan virtual lab.doxc. DOXC, I want to receive these things in two ways, docx, doc, or PDF files. So when you go down here, you can fill it out, okay? And when you fill it out, do me a favor and either highlight it or make it bold, because sometimes I can't see if you even put the answer in there because it's all mixed up with everything else. Like a lot of people, like let's go through this one. A cystocele means hernia, so this, ophthalmology, atalgia, osteoma is bones, right? And hepatitis, this one is inflammation of the blank, and most people will just highlight liver, okay, because that's the right answer. Stomach would be like gastritis, okay? Gallbladder would be cystitis again, actually. Cholecystitis or something like that. And mouth would be like a gingivitis, perhaps, or something like that. You could do that. Gingivitis is a gums disease. You can look up different inflammations of the thing. Okay, so that gives you those answers there. This is a very simple one, right? Man, look, it's like 2 pages. 2 pages, and you talk about that's Henry Chu, and then we go to Elena Novienko. Okay, migrated from Russia 5 years ago, yada, yada, yada. Afferent versus efferent. Efferent, E for exit, A for attract, basically, if you think of it that way. Lateral, contralateral, ipsy means same, contra means opposite. Okay, don't be contrary. That's opposite of me. Okay, same side. Okay, prefix. So it's this is a very simple one. You turn that in, you get 100 points. Bing, done. Takes you a few minutes. This may take 20 minutes, 15 minutes. Most of your assignments are designed to take about 10, 15 minutes. 10 minutes if you really know it. 15 if you kind of know it. 20, 25 if you don't know it, because you're going to be looking stuff up. There's no time limit on these things. Look them up. Use them with your mouth, okay? So autalgia, okay? Cystocele, okay? Herniation. These are terms that we're getting used to. Ophthalmology, autalgia, osteoma, hepatitis, inflammation, stomach, gallbladder, mouth. Let's see, epigastric, hypogastric. So if you're going to look at one of the videos that I did before, which is going to have the sections of the abdomen and the 9 regions. So there's 9 regions that we have for the abdomen. The abdomen is a very common place because there's a lot of intestines and guts and things in there that we have to deal with. So we have epigastric, gastric, umbilical, hypogastric, lumbar, hypochondriac, and iliac areas of those areas, and we should know what's inside them. Technically, the 9 regions are not used for anything except for a couple classes. This one, and general anatomy and physiology. After that, you're not going to use it anymore. You're not going to see it on any documentation usually, okay, because it's too confusing and people get them messed up really a lot. So you say hypochondriac, which means hypo means below, and chondria means the rib cartilages, right? Hypochondriac region is right below those ribs. So the liver on the right side and the spleen on the left side. But when people say, oh, he's a hypochondriac, usually means like they have this fake pain that they kind of grab their stomach. That's what a hypochondriac. Malingerer is the other term for someone who is faking the disease process. And you get into other things too, like Munchausen by proxy or Munchausen syndrome. You'll learn about those later. The Munchausen is actually a doctor's name, okay? And malingering mal means bad, okay? Bad, like bad representation is really what it means. So there we go. That's what we're looking at with that kind of stuff for you. What's going on with my, okay, get out of there. Okay, so easy to get 100% on that lab, okay? Some people, they feel like if they don't do the labs or don't do the quizzes, you can squeak by. It adds up really quick, guys. Try and get those things done because you want to have as much padding as you can for something like the midterm or the final, which sometimes can trip you up. Now you do get multiple choice. It's multiple choice mostly. You do get multiple attempts. If during the midterm, which is in 2 weeks, you guys are taking that and you're like, wait a minute, that's the right answer. I know it. Let me know. I can evaluate that by myself and get you the points that you deserve. Okay, because that happens sometimes. I mean, some of you guys are really sharp. Most of you guys are really sharp, I find out, and you're able to get this stuff done. Biggest things that are going to be your challenges. Okay, again, unfamiliarity with this system. So poke around as much as you can. Take some free time. It takes a few minutes. Go through each one, get familiar with it. It's hard. It takes time. I mean, I've been doing this a long time now on this Canvas situation, this education affiliates instructor thing. And now I'm used to it. So I'm much better at getting around, but I forget a lot of stuff. Like I totally forgot, like if you go to the modules and then one of the first things in there is setting up for your book. I totally forgot to tell people about that one because there's a vital source bookshelf on there, right? So as you get into that kind of stuff, that's a big hurdle. Once you get into that, especially if some of us are older and we're not used to taking online classes and we have no idea what the hell to do. Are we supposed to log in at a certain time? When do I watch the class? All this kind of stuff. We'll be doing more of the Zooms. Remember, this is recorded, so you should be able to watch it anytime. I will send an announcement out today. You don't have to be here for those. They're not optional, but you don't have to be here for them. You can actually do some other stuff and just, like watch the videos as they come across, okay? Because that's going to help you. Pretend you're in class. If you need to ask me something, email me, okay, in the inbox, and I try to get back to those within the day because I check this like 2-3 times a day usually. And we're going to do probably two Zooms a week. I know this is the first week here. I want to get everybody set up, everything organized. I send you guys a lot of emails, a lot of announcements, a lot of little hints and stuff like that. I'm trying to give you guys as many hints as possible and get over this, like navigating the system. Second part is just you've never had exposure to this kind of material at all, and it's a little bit overwhelming at first, but you can do it. Now, third problem, not answering the questions that are asked. Try and make sure you're really looking at the question and answering the question that's asked, okay? Because that's what I have to bite into. I don't want a lot of fluff because fluff doesn't really do much. I mean, it's nice, but it's time consuming for you and for me, and I'd like you to get through it as succinctly, okay, as easily, as quickly as possible with some meat and potatoes. That's it. I don't want all that stuff. That way, I know you can explain things that are way up here, man. I mean, some of this terminology is very complex, and it's hard to translate it because you're going to have to translate it to your family members, your friends, to children, to older people, to people who don't speak English very well, to people who can't understand very well. And you have to be able to translate these things into really simple terms. So please focus on that. I think that's more important for you to be able to translate those things or interpret those words and be able to explain to people, okay? Now, week 1 assignment, medical words. Okay, so you're going to open up the chapter 2 worksheet. I just right click and open another tab. Again, you want to be able to change this. So this is a doc file. Open the doc file and then allow yourself to edit it. And when you edit it, I want you to put everything in. If you could do it in color, that'd be so much better. It'd be so much easier. You get these above, upon, all these different prefixes and suffixes and stuff. They're pretty easy for me to go through. And then we have this word shop. This is assignment 1. Word shop. That's a list of prefixes, the first part of the word. Suffixes, the last part of the word. Letter backwards. And then combining form is the middle part of the word. So you can take some of these. Okay, you can take like mid, Inguinal. Okay, so you use the prefix of mid, the inguina combining form, and then the al is the suffix. As you get used to them, they're going to sound normal or abnormal. When they sound clunky, they're probably not right. You do have a sense of this. You probably heard most of these words before if you watch TV. And so try and use that. And if it doesn't make sense, type it in and look up the word. So mid-inguinal, what is that going to say? In the inguinal area on the middle side, okay? Inguinal is like the groin, okay? Now the next one down here, it has like highlighted, pertaining to the sole of the foot, or the sole of the foot surface of her foot. What? Okay, so it's pertaining to the sole. This plantar area, okay? Pertaining to the palm, this palmar. Pertaining to the front of the elbow, okay? That's this antecubital. So you're going to have different ones there. Those are the answers that go in the correct terms. So you're just translating into really the explanation, using the definition and giving me a term. That's what it's doing. This is usually not a problem. People do pretty good at this one. Very easy one as well. Okay. Oh, let's see. What else will we do today? It's only 12:48. We're only going to do about a half an hour on this one. I want you guys to get up and running on this. And when you get to the quiz, everything has been gone through in the other videos. Okay. If you need to get other stuff going, there is tutoring available. I don't think you really need that. You guys, from what I've seen from the discussions already, and I've seen everybody, but I think one or two people. Actually, let me check that real quick. Let's check some grades. If I look at the grades, I can see the grades, right? You guys don't even see your grades. You can see your grades, and you can always check and say like, oh, how did I do? Now, if something is not graded yet, that just means I haven't gone through it, okay? It doesn't say 0. I'm only missing, I'm only missing 2 people, and out of the 17 that we have, and a few of you have already done the lab stuff. Great job. A couple of you have already done the week 1 assignment. Excelente. Those are due on Sunday, okay? And I don't even look at them until Monday. So don't freak out if you can't get them done, but try to get things done as early as possible, because after a little while, then I have to keep going back. And if you turn them in and they're not complete, here's what will happen. Some people have a problem, like it doesn't save. So you have to be very careful. Try and save it first and then resave every couple minutes, because these things won't save, and you'll send what you think is the assignment done to me, and it's blank. And then I give you a 1% because you did something. And that's more of that is for when you look at the grades, you're like, oh my God, I didn't do it. Oh, what happened? I got 1%. I'm dying. I want you to be able to look back and go like, oh, okay, I can do that now. So I'll send you a note from there, and I say, hey, I see what you turned in, but you didn't turn in the actually filled out thing, so you get 1% until I figure it out, right? And it may stay at 1% for the whole class. That's not good. But if you turn it in, just let me know. Say, hey, I got that assignment done. Assignment for week 2 or assessment for week 2. Be specific. Don't say I got the thing done that you needed, because I don't know what it is. I got to go look through everything. It does give me some highlighted stuff on the grade sheet. That makes it easier for me to check through. And I'm going to try to help you guys, because I want you guys all to. It's so much more fun when everybody's getting A's. You know what? I mean, sometimes it's hard. It was something you get on the struggle bus early on, or you have problems. Like we had someone who had to take care of her husband. He got real sick, and so she couldn't do much. And it was hard. It was very difficult. She had kids to deal with. She had a house to deal with, all that kind of stuff. Or some people. I mean, people have different challenges. I tell you what. We had one person, their house burned down during the class, and they had to get a new computer because it got lost, like destroyed. And that set them back. They did okay. We will work with you and let us know what happens ahead of time. People have had their spouses, boyfriends, significant girlfriends, significant other stuff go to jail, go to the hospital, get sick. They've had deaths in the family. They've had flooding. They've had fires, of course. They've had someone had their dog got real sick, and that takes a lot out of you. I mean, we understand that. I mean, I know life's not easy right now. So we want to make it as easy as possible, but we need to get these check marks off. We need to get this stuff done. And I want you to have as much of that information inside your head as possible. That's why I did so many videos, and I'll keep doing them. If you ask about them, I'll do even more. Okay. So go on that. It's the Natural BodyWorks. And you'll see my face sometimes with a beard, sometimes without, long hair, all kinds of crazy. Watch other videos if you want to. You can subscribe, which means you'll get notifications if you hit that little bell thing or whatever. And I do send out email, and I'll send out an announcement every week or so maybe more than that, to let you know, hey, there's another video for you guys to watch, and this is based on assignment 3 or something like that. And that's how you want to do it. I mean, think of it more as this is really a self-guided class that you are responsible for to get done, and I'm your tutor, okay? Because I'm not going to stand up here and like pass out papers and say, okay, right now we have a quiz, pop quiz. Here's 10 questions, and then you get 10 points. It doesn't work that way. If you sign on at 6 in the morning, right after your shower or before your shower, while you're sitting there eating a bowl of oatmeal in your pajamas, or you have to do this on the phone during work breaks in the toilet, that's fine. I mean, we're trying to, where are you trying to get? Where are you trying to get? You're trying to get to the end of this class to get to the next class. Trying to get to the end of that class to get to the end of the terms, to get to the end of the program, so that you can sit for a board exam or whatever it is and get a good job that you enjoy with all this knowledge you have, and improve your life and improve the life of your family and improve all that kind of stuff. I know some of you guys have challenges up the wazoo, down the other side, and out through the back. It's crazy. There's people with a lot of kids. There's people with car problems. We have all these things. I mean, we've heard quite a bit. And some people take it and roll with it. That's what you're gonna have to learn. You have to, like, this is just one more thing to juggle. I know it's hard. You keep a lot of things moving, but this one shouldn't be so stressful. Okay, that's why I did as many videos as I did. I want to do more videos and help you guys out as much as possible. I give a lot of hints. Listen to those hints. Watch those videos. You can see the hints. I'll tell you exactly what to do, and go from there. So I want to hear from you guys if you get this. Let's see. Do we got anybody? Nope. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and close it up right now because we're about almost half an hour. And I'm going to just send this to everybody in a link. It's going to go on YouTube. Okay, so this will be here on YouTube as just a week 1 review, preview, supplemental something or other. I don't know. You guys, peace and happiness and calmness for you for this week, for your Christmas or your Hanukkah or which we already passed, or solstice or Yule or Kwanzaa or whatever it is you're celebrating. Even if you're just celebrating Friday and Saturday, may you have a great Saturday or day that ends in Y. And whatever, take your vitamins, wash face, brush teeth, be good, and we'll see you on the flip side. And you guys turn in as much as you can. Let's get it going. I'm here to help. So you contact me on the portal, and I'll contact you, and we'll get something figured out. Okay. I know the book is coming. I've already told people. Hopefully, you guys are getting the information that you need to get the book sorted out. If not, please contact me again, and contact your dean. Contact your people that are online that helped you get all the online stuff, especially whoever gave you the email address, because it should be included in your class. Okay. You guys take good care, and we'll see you on the flip side.